Another day, another huge embarrassing failure for our fearless leader, our reigning, defending, undisputed lightweight champ of huge embarrassing failure, Johnny B. Biden. You know, our mainstream media is completely useless. These people are clueless. They really think we're stupid. Earlier this afternoon, I had a viewer email me. He was an older gentleman. I think he was in his mid-60s. I've always known that people my age and younger ignore the mainstream media. We don't watch MSNBC. Every once in a while, I'll turn on Fox News. We damn sure don't watch CNN. Hell, no one is watching CNN. But I figured older generations, I figured they were the only ones left watching mainstream media. This gentleman, he was telling me that people his age, they're not watching the media either. They are getting their news from social media. They are getting their news from YouTubers. Why? Well, the lead story this week, the latest lie, it's the main reason that people are no longer watching mainstream media. All week this week, the wanker spankers in the media, they have been trying to convince us that these videos that we see of John Biden spacing out, these videos we see of John Biden figuring out a way to fall up the stairs, these videos we see of Johnny B. Biden speaking in languages that are only understood by aliens like the Star Trek virgin Mike Freeman. According to the media, these videos are fake. This is clearly a trick. It's a ploy by the Republican Party to make our fearless leader look incompetent. First of all, you are giving the dumbasses running the GOP far too much credit here. I mean, this is the same group that nominated Mittens Romney. This is the same group that wanted St. Nick Haley to move from the North Pole to the Oval Office. The people running the GOP, they're not smart enough to devise a strategy like this. And number two, we don't need fabricated videos to know that John Biden is incompetent. John Biden had proven his incompetence before camcorders were even invented. Less than 24 hours after the media created this conspiracy theory of manipulated videos, we were given evidence that not even the mainstream media could deny. This evidence I'm about to show you, further proving the incapabilities of John Biden, this video evidence came directly from the White House. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. All of my long-term viewers and subscribers, stick around through the end of the video. Channel passed 100,000 subscribers last night. Gonna take a moment to thank you guys and talk about the 3-year journey it took to get here. The other day, we talked about the extravagant Butt Bongo Festival in Hollywood. The event, it was hosted by Jim Kimmel. Now, typically, when Jim hosts these parties, he invites his bestie, Howie Stern. But unfortunately, Howie, he couldn't make it this time. I don't know if you noticed this week, but Aunt Fauci, he has reemerged. He has been appearing all week on networks no one watches like CNN. Being as paranoid as he is, Howie Stern, he thought Aunt Fauci was unleashing a new fungus, so he is refusing to leave his basement. Instead of Howie being the guest of honor, Jim Kimmel, he invited Barack Obama and they allowed John Biden to tag along. The party, it was humiliating for Johnny B. Biden. For some reason, he is under this illusion that he is president and people are actually interested in what he has to say. Johnny quickly figured out that the people attending the party, they were not there to see him. They came to see Barry the Obama. These parties hosted by Jim Kimmel, they always end the same way. People attending, they know it's time to leave when the supply of Preparation H runs out. Say what you want about Barack Obama, but one thing you can't take away from him, Barack Obama is a smart dude. He's very intelligent. Barry knew the party was over. He knew it was time to leave. Problem was, John Biden, he had another one of his infamous episodes. It was similar to what happened last Monday when Kirk Franklin was performing at the White House and John Biden. He was there physically, but he wasn't there mentally. As they were leaving the party, Johnny B got flustered and he froze in place. Watch for yourself. Conservative media is making a big deal over this clip, and I can understand why. With 3.5 years worth of evidence, John Biden, he has lost the luxury of being given the benefit of the doubt. But in fairness to Johnny B, I don't know if this was actually another episode. This clip, it didn't seem as obvious as the clip from last Monday. Maybe he did freeze, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I'll let you decide for yourself. However, one thing I am sure about is the legitimacy of this clip. This video is authentic. It's not fake. Not according to the mainstream media, though. No! The media, they are promoting the narrative that seems to have been created by White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Yesterday, she was talking about the video I just shared with you guys last week, where Johnny B. Biden is in Europe. He is standing there with the Prime Minister of Italy. For some reason, they are looking at some dude on the ground who is wearing a parachute. Not sure what was so fascinating about that. Maybe they were getting ready to go skydiving and the trainers were showing them how to discharge the parachute. Now, of course, after seconds of consideration, it was determined that John Biden, he was not fit to go skydiving, because he would forget to pull the cord. But anyway, during the training, John Biden, he started to wander off into the meadow. Perhaps he saw Garfield, maybe he saw the Pink Panther and wanted to say hello. Either way, the Prime Minister of Italy had to use the skills she learned as a Power Ranger and bring John Biden back safely. Wandering in those meadows, it can be very dangerous. But according to Karine Jean-Pierre, John Biden, he did not wander off into the meadow. He wasn't exploring the forest. Matter of fact, Johnny B didn't walk anywhere because it never happened. Like we talked about this morning, the media actually thinks you're not going to believe your own eyes. According to KJP, the video from the meadow, along with other embarrassing videos of John Biden, these are all fabrications created by the Republican Party to manipulate us. I wonder how they will explain this. Yesterday, John Biden, he was tasked with giving a speech to honor the disastrous program known as DACA. Now, this program, it was implemented by Barry the Obama about 12 years ago. It allowed illegal immigrants, or as they're classified now, people without documentation. The law deferred their deportation for another 2 years. Now, of course, today there is no need for DACA since, people aren't being deported. But anyway, John Biden, he is giving a speech yesterday afternoon. I pulled this clip directly from the White House Twitter account. So if this video is fake, it was created by the White House. Watch for yourself.
Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure you're going to understand.
I could sit here for the next 24 hours and play nothing but clips of John Biden fucking up. Deacons at Woke United Methodist, they are trying to defend Johnny by claiming that he and Trump are the same age, which, that's partially true. They're only 3, maybe 4 years apart. Now, I know the deacons are all about equity, but the thing about age is not equitable. We don't all age equally. My dad is 73 years old and he's as mentally sharp as I am at 39. There are other 73-year-old men who can't wipe their own boodle. They're the same age, but mentally, They're in two different worlds. Same thing with Donald Trump and John Biden. Every time Trump slips up during a speech, the woke media claims he's mentally deficient. But they conveniently leave out the fact that Donald Trump, he is speaking without a teleprompter. He's not using notes. He's not reading off of a script. Trump is speaking for 60, sometimes 90 minutes off the top of his head. John Biden, he can't speak for 60 seconds without the assistance of a teleprompter. And even when he has assistance, he still can't do it. All right, before we get out of here, I wanted to take just a second to thank you guys. We passed 100,000 subscribers last night, a milestone that I never thought I would reach when I quit my job to do this full-time 3 years ago. It's a humbling experience because over 99% of the channels on this platform never reach this point. Vast majority of creators on this platform, they're struggling. And I know from experience because the first 18 months I was doing this, I was struggling. I sucked. I was absolutely horrible. As I was drinking my coffee this morning, I was thinking about how risky it was for me to quit my job. When I quit my job in June of 2021, I had 4, maybe 5 months worth of bills in the bank. Channel had 2,000 subscribers. I was averaging 70 to 100,000 views every month. I think my YouTube earnings in May of 2021 were around $200-$300. Obviously, not nearly enough for me to live on, but I had gotten so tired of going to work. I was so miserable at my job, and I used to blame them for it. If you go back to videos from 2 or 3 years ago, I put a lot of blame on my former company for how miserable I was, but looking back at it now, it wasn't them, it was me. I hated going to work. I never had a job that I enjoyed until I started doing this on YouTube. When you are miserable at work, it makes your entire life miserable. I used to live for Friday afternoon, and it got to the point where Friday afternoon, it wasn't even enjoyable anymore. I would start dreading Monday morning before I left work on Friday. I hated it. I hated it. From the time I got my first job in 2002 or 2003 to the day I quit my job in 2021, I hated going to work. And it's not because I'm lazy. There's a lot of work that goes into this channel, but I never feel like I'm working because I enjoy what I do so much. And look. There is nothing wrong with going to work. There's nothing wrong with having a job and working for a corporation or working for a small company, a mom and pop. A lot of people thrive having that kind of structure. I'm just not one of those people. I have never liked structure. I don't like schedules. I don't like having a set time to be somewhere and a set time to leave. The last few years I was working, I found myself drinking far too much. Matter of fact, me and my friend Chi-Chi, we were talking about this the other day. He cuts my yard. We became friends because we used to work at the same company. He quit to start his lawn company, and I quit to start the channel. When we were working together at the company, we were both drinking heavily. 3 years later, neither one of us really drink. Now, I'll have a couple of drinks here and there, but I really don't enjoy it anymore. I used to be able to drink and be fine the next day. My doctor, he said it's because your body gets used to processing the alcohol because you're drinking so much. Today, if I have 2 or 3 drinks, I feel like shit the next morning. So I've just been staying away from it altogether. I don't have a reason to drink anymore because I have nothing to escape from. To be honest with you, this job is the perfect job for me, and I would not have it if it weren't for all of you guys. I cannot express to you enough how much I appreciate each one of you. You guys allow me to wake up every morning and live my dream. I would not be here without you, obviously, and I hope you guys will stick with me and be around for the next milestone, which I guess would be 250,000 subscribers. Thank you for your support. Thank you for liking, commenting on every video. And yes, I do read the comments. Obviously, I can't read all of them, just like I can't read all of your emails, but I do read a lot of them. I promise you, just because I don't reply, it doesn't mean I don't read it. Your support does not go unnoticed. I appreciate each one of you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.